When I uploaded my first video to this channel on December 6th, 2022, I didn't imagine that I would immediately go on hiatus after that first episode of my Roblox roleplay series went live. I didn't know that unannounced hiatuses would become a recurring theme for the channel. I didn't know that my mental health would get so bad. I didn't know that my Roblox roleplay would get cancelled, remastered, and then cancelled again. I didn't know that I would have issues with almost everyone in my immediate family. I didn't know that I would become gender fluid. I didn't know a lot of things. And if I did, that would have changed everything. Well, almost everything. Today I'm going to discuss where I've been, my mental health issues, the future of the channel, and the future of JTTR. The first chapter has a trigger warning for brief mentions of sensitive topics shown on screen. Watch at your own risk.
Hey, it's me.
The first and most obvious question is, where did I go? I've been kinda all over the place. It all started the very night I uploaded what I didn't know then to be the final JTTR episode titled Missing in Action on Monday, September 2nd, which was also Memorial Day. I got sent to the ER because of an attempt that I made that I backed out of. They didn't send me to the mental hospital because I begged for them not to, since my birthday was in a week. I have no idea why they let me go home. I don't know what they were thinking. Anyway, I got a new psychiatrist and therapist, and I kind of went stagnant for a month. Like barely eating, drinking, just taking care of my pets, and then flopping down on the couch. Sometimes I would watch a movie or play Animal Crossing City Folk. Sometimes I wouldn't. I rarely remember anything from this month because, absolutely nothing happened. Eventually, it just got so bad that I entered a crisis and actually got sent to the mental hospital. It was early October that I got admitted. I spent 3 weeks in the mental hospital. My relationship with my mother got really bad, and then they sent me home the week before Halloween. It was actually a really great experience. The psychiatrist and social worker / whatever other people he worked with had decided that I was going to attend IOP, or intensive outpatient, which basically is 3 hours of therapy 4 days a week. Around this time, I started experimenting with different pronouns and didn't really pay attention in IOP, practice the coping skills being taught, or do my treatment homework. Then, on Thanksgiving, I was going to make another attempt, but I decided not to. I didn't even try to go through with it. I even handed back the stuff I had planned to use. Because of the fact I had handed it back, they didn't send me to the mental hospital. Then, my uncle passed away just a little bit before Christmas. May he rest in peace. Approaching Christmas, I still didn't fully participate in IOP. Around this time, I became vegetarian again and started having some trouble with my sister. Christmas came and no issues. However, the day before New Year's Eve, I made an attempt. Now, obviously, I regretted trying it the first time, but the second one, guilt still haunts me to this day. I sometimes even find myself crying or wishing I hadn't done it, or cussing myself out because I missed out on so much. Being New Year's and my uncle's funeral. Sometimes I don't even register that he's dead because I didn't attend it, and I can't bring myself to watch the recording of the funeral. I begged and begged for them to not send me to residential. For them to just let me try doing the IOP this time. That didn't work so well. And they sent me to res. At residential, I met some cool people and even had the same art therapist from my first mental hospital. You can either go to short-term or long-term residential. The one I went to was short-term. Every week they go through roughly 2 hours of school and 4 hours of groups Monday through Friday, with like 6 hours of groups on Friday. And then do 2 groups on days on weekends, no groups or school on holidays, and you can have visitors and even go off-site with family on Sundays. I was there for just under 1 month. The day before Valentine's Day, I was discharged and immediately started attending PHP. PHP stands for Partial Hospitalization. It's similar to IOP, but instead of 3 hours, 4 days a week, it's similar to IOP, but instead of 3 hours, 4 days a week, it's 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. After 2 weeks of PHP, I did IOP for a few more weeks, and then graduated program on level 5. It's been not even a full month since then, just a few weeks, and I've had a really hard time getting back into a routine with things. That's why it's been this long since I've been working on this video. I've been working on it since, I don't actually know, since the day shown on screen. So, who knows how long it'll take before this video is fully edited, because recording takes a while and then editing takes a while. Anyway, that's where I've been. I genuinely mean this from the bottom of my heart all the way to the tippity top. If you are struggling with your mental health, get help. There are people out there who can and will help you before it's too late. But you can't get help if you don't ask for it. If in-person therapy is too expensive or not frequent enough, there are resources like BetterHelp and even the Trevor Project for any fellow queer people. Bottom line, ask a trusted adult for help when you are struggling. Whatever you tell your therapist is 100% confidential, and they legally can't tell your parents as long as you are not reporting active thoughts of hurting yourself or others. And genuinely, I think everyone would benefit from therapy, because your struggles, no matter how small or how big or how stupid or how insignificant they may seem, are valid. If it is making you feel depressed or anxious, guilty or insignificant, or any other negative emotion, those feelings are 100% valid. And if you compare your trauma to other people's trauma, or let other people do the same to you, that's not going to get you anywhere. At the end of the day, both you and the other people will still have your own struggles. But mental health workers are here to help. If you don't like your therapist, that's perfectly fine. You can always find a new one. I've had many therapists, and there were several that I did not like. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong or weak about asking for help. I'd even go as far as to say that asking for help takes strength. definitely want to go back to a posting schedule. That being said, I have no idea how I got it to where I posted twice a week. That just seems ridiculous to me. I guess it could have been that since I wasn't doing as intense school, I had more free time. But I just don't have as much free time anymore, so I'll probably go back to posting once a week. If I can somehow make a better schedule, I might post twice a week. But we'll just have to wait and see. In addition to this, I am going to script out my videos better, because you can always tell when I don't have a script in front of my face. Like, I'll have a general idea of what I want to say, but it's just so hard for me to put my thoughts into words without a script. This is really highlighted here. Yeah, so you may have noticed how a family member of yours has been missing for a while now. What do you mean, thank goodness? Well, we already knew she was dead. Anyways, I'm kind of busy right now, but, like, have you seen my sister?
No, Jehugatha was famous, but she didn't tell us because she didn't want us to be corrupt with fame.
She was famous? Do we go now?
Yeah, we go now. So there's people who are trying to get the coordinates to her house by completing her 3 tasks. And there are probably people who are on the 3rd task already.
So yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I guess I'm just rambling. Rambly the raccoon, that's me. Just ramble. So yeah, I think that's like all the major things that I don't know. Maybe, but at least not for a while. Tilt is almost a definite yes, but she's just not available for indefinitely. And Summer, she's still on the fence. She's given me some critiques about how my content is and how she doesn't like where it's headed. I'm not just gonna change my entire channel because of someone else's feelings, even if she is my sister. If she doesn't like my content, she doesn't have to be a part of it. Don't get me wrong, I want her to stay, but I'm not gonna force her to do something she's not comfortable with. JTTR is cancelled. Thank you all so much for no, I'm joking. I want to continue it, but the story, as it is now, is just sloppy. Plus, I want to do more advertising for it, make a proper trailer, have a proper budget, commission someone to make a theme song. I want to make a game for it so that it's more interactive, maybe get some more friends to voice act for me, as well as properly pay them for their work. Once I get all that, I'll rebrand the series as Aunt Jay's Big 3, because it might not make sense to have the made-up word in the title, as it might seem immature when I want to have a slightly darker and mature feel to it. Now, when I say I want it to be darker and more mature, it will still be semi-family friendly like it was before, just with darker elements like mental health and trauma being more frequent. Especially since these topics were meant to be part of the series initially, and would become much more prominent themes later on in Season 1 and most definitely in Season 2. I'll also have the series be more scripted along with the channel, like I had said earlier. Thank you all so much for watching to the end of the video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment beans down below so I know you made it this far. Make sure to eat your almonds, don't drown, and have a nice day. Bye-bye!